Hi. In this video, we'll talk about one more very dangerous attack, XSS or site cross-scripting. What is XSS? Cross-site scripting attacks are a type of injection in which malicious scripts are injected into otherwise benign and trusted websites. XSS attacks occur when an attacker uses a web application to send malicious code, generally in the form of a browser-side script, to a different end user. What does it mean? To say briefly, let's imagine a scenario. You've got a website, and the attackers hack this site and put some code into its pages. This code can infect every user that visits your website. So your website becomes a source of infections and can infect an immense number of users that visits your website. And that's the only one scenario. Actually, XSS can be used in a variety of harmful ways: for stealing data, for infecting users, for spreading malware, or taking control over your browser, and so on and so on. In this video, I'll show how you can check your website for XSS vulnerability. Let's go and do that. As in the previous video, I'll use my Kali Linux as a attacking machine and Metasploitable 2 and DVVA application as a target. Actually, this process is almost similar to the testing for SQL injection. I've got my DVVA running. Let's go inside, type admin, and the password is password. Okay. Then we go to XSS reflected option and then go to DVVA security, and here choose low, then come back to XSS reflected, and now let's go and run our burp suite. Well, now we've got our burp suite running. Let's go to proxy option, and as we can see, intercept is on. So let's come back to our browser. In our browser, we set right parameter, use proxy 127.0.0.1, port 8080 for all URLs. Click on it, close. As you can see, now it's set. And let's type here something like, what's your name? I type Sergey. Great. Click submit and come back to our burp suite. Here we've got our request intercepted. Let's right click on it and choose send to intruder. Now we've got our request here. Let's right click on it and choose send to intruder. Now let's go to intruder. And here we can see our target. This is the IP address of my Metasploitable 2 and the port is 80. Then go to positions and choose here attack type. It's again sniper. Then let's move to payloads. And here we need to choose a list of XSS vulnerability testing strings. So click load, and as in the previous video, I choose the list that is present by default in Kali Linux. The address is the same as in the previous video, but I choose not SQL.txt but XSS.txt. So let's click on it and open. Now we are ready to start attack. Let's do it. Click start attack. Don't mention it. And as you can see, the attack is started. Now Burp Suite is checking the web page for XSS vulnerability, sending different strings to the target website. Let's wait for a moment. It can take some time, so we need to wait. And now we've got our results. And all you need to do is to analyze these results. How? Exactly the same way as we did it in the previous video with SQL injection scanning. You need to go through the numbers, choose the numbers that significantly differs in size from other numbers, and then choose the corresponding string from the payload column and manually try it on the website. Okay, now we've got some results. And in the same way as we did it in the video about SQL injection, we need to look at the numbers and look for a number that is much bigger in size than others. Here it is. As you can see, this one is much more bigger than others. So let's check it. Let's go to the response window and right-click here and choose Show Response in Browser. Copy the link and go to our browser. Insert it. And voila! As you can see, we found the XSS vulnerability. So this website is XSS vulnerable and can be an easy target for malicious hackers. What should you do if you find that your website is vulnerable to XSS also? We'll talk about in the next video. Building fortifications, input validation and whitelisting. See you in the next video.